I told karma is everything. Even being a avatar of Lord Vishnu, when he came to the earth, he also performed his work, right? So no one is there who will be जैसे कहते हैं ना हिंदी में कि काम सबसे महत्व है, बिना काम का कुछ नहीं हो सकता। सो काम को अपना पूजा मानो। मैं नहीं कहता कि भगवान को पूजो मत, मगर इतना याद रखो कि अगर तुम कुछ नहीं करोगे ना तो भगवान तुम्हें ऐसे ही कुछ नहीं दे देंगे। इसलिए तुम्हें कुछ खुद से करना पड़ेगा, सो दैट the god will also push you so that you can get your dream things what you wanted or what you want to achieve in your life.
Namaste everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Sanjay Baitha and today we have the very special one of my friend with us. So many students have from Nepal, India have the dream to getting the top university, study top university and building the successful IT career. But they often have a one questions like how do I prepare after class 12? And like what types of placement preparation actually work? Like what skill do you company really want? If the CGPA is matter or not to get or practical skill is enough. So to answer all the questions, today we have invited someone who have already gone through this journey from the student life to working in the IT industry. In this interview, we will talk about the education placement and interview, career growth, and mistake to avoid. A practical advice that every student should know. So without wasting time, let us welcome our guest, Mr. Naveen Kumar Shah. So let's discuss, Naveen.
Hi Sanjay and hi everyone. So well, my name is Naveen Kumar Sa and I am from Janakpur Dham, Nepal, the birthplace of goddess Sita. So yeah, let's discuss.
What was your dream after class 12?
So preparing for the medical entrance examination, but during that time the COVID-19 pandemic began and I had to return back from the Kathmandu. I was preparing in one of the famous institute called the names, right? So I left all my study material and the notes over there in the Kathmandu valley. So however, I don't use that excuse like for the main reason was not not having the material enough to study at the COVID time, but but the reason for not doing this medical entrance examination was like I become busy with my friends. So I don't use that as an excuse for my not succeeding. So looking back, I believe that I was not serious and disciplined as I should have been, and I will take full responsibility for the result that I have got as not getting a scholarship in the medical entrance examination.
Yeah.
So later I appeared for the common entrance examination, which is conducted by this MBBS, and I was successfully qualified, but I was not able to get the full scholarship. So by then I have already lost around nearly 2.5 years. So I thought like instead of spending too much time on preparing this medical entrance examination, I thought like I should move forward and focus on a different career path. So
So
as a
what made you choose engineering?
as you know right now this due to our technological advancement and AI related things, so I thought like let's go for the engineering where I can grow my career. um, so that was the main reason for choosing this engineering. Even I thought like let's go for the civil engineering, but at that time I thought like that's only that will be better as in Nepal. But I was having a big dream of going some the other country and doing the engineering. So I thought like let's choose this engineering as a CSE.
So how do you first hear about the Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham?
So in different social media, they started giving the advertisement related list, scholarship schemes and all. So first of all, when I seen it, I thought like let's try it. So before this medical entrance examination, I have already thought of joining the engineering. So I was even side by side I was applying for the entrance examination and the other interview or something else that is not related with the medical examination. So even I have given the examination of this what is SII, study in India exam is there, right? But
Yeah,
unfortunately, I was not able to get the scholarship over there. But later, my profile got selected for this Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, and then they had conducted interview, and later I got selected for this Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. Even I will, I want to share some things. Like first of all, I got selected for this aerospace, aeronautical engineering, and that
yeah,
was there in the main campus, Coimbatore. But later I realized, like, as you know that I have told you, I have very much interest in this technology. So
yeah.
I have mailed to the peoples of this Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham and then told to change my branch from this aeronautical engineering to be bachelor in technology, like this computer science engineering, and
Hmm.
finally they did it.
Yeah, good. So we become the friend after choosing CBSE. So can you explain like that period? Like in, I remember that COVID-19 period. Like we can't like hear about too much in Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham after we got admission here in Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, and we started the study. So first year, I guess we have the online classes went right. So in that period, like how is your our like how is our class went? Can you
So
explain that experience?
first of all, I would like to tell like whoever the person who is looking for some good engineering college in India, I would like to suggest, like, first of all, you should go either for the NAC and NIRF ranking, because this is the two authentication, ranking that is being done by the Indian government, where you can find the top ranking colleges which is available in India. So even after before joining this Amrita, I went through this ranking and seen like what is the engineering ranking that the Amrita had got, and what is this NAC ranking. So right now the Amrita had got this NAC A plus plus, and NIRF ranking is nearly 15th rank was there, I guess, at that time when we got this admission. So sorry, I didn't get you what you are asking about. Like, oh, okay. So you are asking about the first year, like how it went. So first of all, we started with the online. Even at that time, everyone was like, whether someone who
Yes,
is
I
doing
can
the
I fraud wala system.
so we conducted, a meeting with one of the teachers, and we started asking, like, tell me how is the condition over there, like whether people are actually studying over there or not, or it's just a campus where some people are coming to get the certificate and all. So we get all the clarification, because this Amrita was situated there in the Coimbatore, which is totally there in the south. So we are actually confused, like whether we have to go or not. So even nearly 30, more than 30 people were there in our batch, but everyone was scared. So around only 13 or 14 people came to Amrita University at that time. So
So
obviously
I
it
think
was.
I think this is the challenge we faced that time, like moving from Nepal to India, right?
Obviously, like being a Nepali, like it's a very small country, even it's a very beautiful, but we have not explored any other part of the any other country. So obviously, going not only to the north but to the south of this India was a big challenge for us. Not only the travel, the food, the languages, everything was totally different, but the major things was like English. So as we guys already know English, so it was quite good and helpful for us to stay there in Bangalore.
So we got Bangalore campus.
Yeah.
So can you explain like what's the experience you were studying Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham Bangalore campus?
So
Your
it's a
4 year
very
4 year experience.
it was a very nice campus. Every teacher and every um, people were very helpful over there. So as we know that first in the first 2 year I was there with Sujit, one of my friend who is from Janakpur. He's in Triple E, and then later I joined with you in the next hostel. So we
Yeah.
become roommate. So as we know that it was a very difficult task to complete the course on a time, because in engineering multiple course will be there, and going through each and every course and learning each concept was very difficult for everyone. But the main helpful, like the main technology that helps us was YouTube. even though like sometime when we are not listening there in the classroom, so we are coming back to
Mostly,
the
mostly we are sleeping in that classroom early morning 8 a.m. But
uh,
every night we search in YouTube like what's the topic, right?
that's what the engineering is, right? That's what we have seen there in the Three Idiots. Like the people are, the Amir Khan is bunking the class, going some outside. So that was a very beautiful experience. I suggest everyone like who is there in the engineering, like do everything. Just don't just study and study. Do everything, whatever the things that come in your mind. Enjoy and study. The main thing is study. At the side by side, you also have to enjoy.
So can you tell like what is the biggest challenge you faced during the college time?
Multiple assessment, that was the main challenges, and the project that we have to do in each and every semester. Sometime when the mentor was there, that was about that they suggest us to do some of the project where you will get some extra mark that will be beneficial for your grading. So main things was assessment, because as you know, being an engineering student, we have to complete the assessment within 1 or 2 days. We are getting the assessment and we have to complete and submit it within a time. So that was quite a big task. And the main things like in the examination, like engineering student is quite a very hard working guys. They used to complete their whole course within 2 or 3 days. So that was the main challenging.
Yeah, yeah. So which subject, project, internship, like any activities that help you most in the real life now, as you are working in IT
Okay,
company?
so if you are there in any of the IT related or CSE related courses, then I suggest you to go through the project that will actually solve the real life problem. So when I was in my college, so my final year project and the seventh semester project was quite good. That actually helped me with the placement, not only to me but the other person who are there with me, my friends who are there with me in the project. They also got the placement only because of that project. So the project name was like one was a real time bus tracking system, where we used to track the location of the bus by using the GPS of the mobile technology. So that was quite a good project, which even our mentor has praised it, and they told us to go for the conference paper, and we did it. And the next project was like Metashop, Supershop. That was like a e-commerce website where instead of going on multiple platform like Flipkart, Amazon, and spending too much time on seeing like what is the discount that is available on different platform, what is the rating, how is the feedback that is given. We have collaborated all those things in a single platform where people can see there. So that was a good project for me, and my every like whatever my whoever my
Mm.
friend is, everyone got the placement because of that two project only.
So, like, what types of skill did you develop during the college? As you told,
uh,
like, you did some project already, right?
So when you are there in the project, don't just focus only on the courses that is given over there in your college. Go for the extra skill, because whoever will go for the placement, everyone has the same skill. Whatever you guys have learned there in your college or a BTech. So you have to give something extra to the company while you are joining. You have to show some extra skill to them. So whatever the tools that is being used recently and are very famous right now, I think you have to go for that. So at that time, a Spring Boot and the Spring is very famous over there. So to go into a project, I have learned this Spring and Spring Boot microservices, as you know, to build a large project and to have a better application or this software. Recently microservices is being used. You should have a better knowledge of Git, as well as the Maven, how to write a clean code, design pattern, design principles, and then as you are working on Spring and Spring Boot, you should have a better knowledge on this Java. So I'm not suggesting you just go for the Java skill, or the you can have any of the programming language, but you should have to focus on any one programming language where you can give 100% to that.
We have to master on that.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, if you could you go back to your first year, like, what could you be different want to do, like?
So I will start doing DSA from my first year itself. Like when the placement started, it was very difficult for me to crack the initial stage, which was the coding round, right? So when I came to the nearly third year, I think I started DSA, and then start preparing for the placement exam. But that was really a tough for me, because from the initial step only you have to take a a small step, then only you can build a bigger step, right? So while the placement, I have given many interview for many of the company, where the company was like Oracle was there, Simnovus, IBM was there. So, but I got rejected in many of the company because of not having a good communication skill, as well as I was some bad in this DSM. So I just suggest you to first of all improve your communication skill, and then interact with the people, because as I can say you, like I was very introvert in my first year. As we came in nearly see a second semester, so everyone was busy with their friends. I was not able to talk to anyone, because I was not very good at English. So, and being an introvert, even I was not from the front side, I was not going to any of the person to say hi, how are you, and like that. So I suggest
Yeah,
you
I
to put
understand.
first of all the
So,
communication skill, problem solving skill, and then DSA. These are the compulsory things, and then the extra skill. As right now, the technology is going on the agentic AI. So learn those things like prompt engineering, cloudy course, GitHub Copilot course. Go on that courses. That will be better for your future.
yeah. So for the first job, like how you do prepare like for the placement?
Uh,
You got
so
first job in Bangalore, right?
it was in Bangalore. It was also a software related job only. So
Tell about your first experience about that interview, like how is the interview?
I was already having a hands-on experience on the project, but I have never went to any of the company where how the actual work happens over there. So when I first went over there, then nearly 2 months it was a training period. So they have taught us the basic things, and they have given some of the tools, and some of the content where we have to do the self study and get learn, because in the company no one is going to teach you anything. You have to actually learn by yourself, so that you can show the company like you are a self independent person. You don't depend on anything in any of the new technology. And then after the training, I got assigned to one of the project that was related with it was a fintech company. So it was related with Android Studio. So I was working on one of the projects. So as we know that there have to be a several meeting, like in a single day we have to go through a multiple meeting, like 4 or 5 meeting. Some meeting were general, like knowing about the company, knowing about like how to go and talk with your senior people, and everything like etiquette we have to maintain over there. And then some meeting was related with this related with the project, was a sprint meeting, sprint review, planning, retrospective, everything was there. So according to the like schedule, every day we used to have schedule, but we have to go step by step, like after completing one of the tasks we have to go for the other one, and then we have to complete it.
So like what's the biggest lesson you learned from your first job and now you switched to the second job, right? So can you please explain like what's the lesson, what's the experience you got from there?
I think the biggest lesson was like even yeah, I'm very thankful to my first company. Like even I was not having any experience. I was just the college, passed out. I got the first job. So first of all, I would like to thank to my first company. They have given me, job without having any experience. And then when you go there in the corporate, first of all you have to start talking with the senior, so that you have a mindset like how to grow, right? So when I went over there, I started talking, I started having a communication with my seniors. I started talking like suggest me like how can I have a better career. So they started telling me you should have a better experience on any of the project. Go learn everything. It's not like you are there in Java, right? or you are working on Android Studio, so don't stick on that, because when you stick on any of the tools, you will be like a lazy person. You will not grow yourself. It's like you will go in a lazy zone. This is what the mindset of the people is, right? So when we start getting anything easier, we start sticking to that things only. We don't want to improve ourselves. So at the side by side, I was preparing DSA also. As I have told you, DSA is very important things. So after completing, like we are having a 9 to 6 job. So after coming to my a room, I used to have some. I used to improve my communication skill. I used to improve my problem solving skill related to DSA and everything. While going through this journey, after 5 months, I was side by side applying for the other job also.
Yeah, so like how you prepare like second job as you are now currently working, right? So how your preparation journey for the second jobs, like what thing you improve after leaving first job?
So for that purpose, I think whatever the things that matter is like and the techniques that the company wanted. So as first of all, before applying for any of the company, I used to see what is the requirement for the company. So what are the tools that they are working? See, I am very proficient in Java, but if I will look for the job which is asking for the Python and the other program language, obviously I will not be able to crack that. So instead of wasting time on different company, I was being selective at the company who to which I am to which the requirement was very similar to whatever the things that I have learned. So at the same time, suggest the guy who is applying for the placement. First of all, you have to write about, like you have to give your full summary about yourself, like how you are good enough. Like, why should I not hire to the other people but to you? You have to convey that with your resume itself, and then you have to write some of the related information. And then the major things is, like, if you have done any internship, you have to include it over there in the resume, and the project that you have done. In addition to that, you can add the extra skill that related with a sport also, you can add it, and the other things. So the main things is the resume that you have to build. You have to go get a ATS score of nearly more than 90 to get selected for any of the company. So after my first job, I was very focused on my resume, because multiple people will be there who will be applying through the LinkedIn. Multiple platforms are there. So I was being very selective at my resume, so that once any of the recruiter will see my resume, they will get impressed with my resume itself. So that was the main task.
So what was the process of the interview as you faced in your journey of IT?
So every company will have their own case. So uh, in my interview time, so first of all, the resume based selection was there, which was the first step. Then the second step was the online test, which where aptitude test will be there, and then the coding test will be there. And then after getting selected from this online test, you have to go there, or go to the company, or if your placement is there in the school itself, you have to go through the GD round. So it's a group discussion where nearly 10 people will be there, and you'll be given one of the topic, and you have to discuss among the people. So that is mainly for the checking the communication skills, and how fast you are getting engaged in any of the topics, how frequently your mind is working. And then after GD, you have to go through the like, for me, it was one more coding test was there, which was pen and paper written test. And then, like, nearly two or three technical interview will be there, where different people from different technological background, they will come and ask you question related with this the skills that you are knowing, that is mentioned there in your resume. So whatever the things will be mainly in the resume, they will focus on mainly on those topics. and then managerial interview will be there. So they will be asking some of the puzzles types of question, and managerial type behavior types of question. And finally HR interview will be there, where they will be asking the family background, the schools and colleges, and some other things that is related with you only. So HR is nothing related with the technical things, just about your things like introduction and everything.
So now, like, what types of technology and tools have you worked with this company?
So right now I'm working on a Java backend developer. So for any of the software, backend is very important, right? So I'm working on Spring and Spring Boot. So Spring and Spring Boot along with microservices technology, and then even right now uh, it was a very good experience here in my new company.
So, what are the biggest like mistake a student making while preparing for job? As
Uh,
you know, like already experience.
so I would suggest like don't leave any of the topic, like the mandatory things, like when the placement come in the college is like you should know any of the programming language. If very be keep do a master in any one of the programming language, and then go through the basic concept of each and everything that you have learned in your career, in your courses, right? Networking is there, so people usually don't take serious about the networking courses. They only focus on programming language. So don't just focus on any of the things, because right now, like, lakhs and lakhs of people are there who are standing besides you. So if you are not there, some other people will get that job. So I will suggest like be aware of everything that is coming new to this market and learn everything. That's what I would like to tell about this.
So, is it like company value the CGPA or more practical skill is enough?
So for the initial step, yes, CGPA matters, because as I have told you, in the not only from the resume, they also look for the student who are good in their college life. So yes, they will look up for the CGPA, but the main things matter is the skills that you know. But in order to crack, the first step, you have to step down, step up.
CGPA
CGPA
matter.
matters. Yeah, for a big company, if you have to go to the Microsoft, Google, and some other company, they want nearly a CGPA of 7.5, at least 7.5. Every company wanted.
Yeah, mostly company are like 8 above or 7.5, we can tell.
Yes,
So,
yes.
like in the engineering time, like as you told, like DSA is very important, soft skill is speaking, right?
Mm.
So this part should be like learned in the engineering time, right? Or any part, anything you want to add in that?
In Amrita, they used to even teach us the soft skill. So obviously, if you are not getting these courses in your college or any of the places, you can simply go on the YouTube, where multiple communications. You can watch the podcast. You can start watching the English movie. Then only your speaking skill and the communication skill will get improved. While talking about this DSA, no one is going to uh, hold your hand and start telling you do DSA. This problem will be good for you. You just go randomly there in the YouTube. Have I would suggest you, Striver is there. So that guy is quite good in teaching this DSM. So I think you can follow that channel and start doing at least one problem you should solve there in a single day. Then your problem solving skill will be very good.
What advice could you give to like a student who want to join like a starting of this journey in engineering IT field?
So I will suggest like first of all, don't just go randomly without thinking like my friend is doing anything, I will also do the same things. Just do whatever the things that is the that you want to do. So as a engineer, I should suggest like you should have a good knowledge on whatever the things that you have studied before this engineering, like plus two is also play a better role or play a important role in the engineering, because engineering is mostly about the mathematics, right? So you should have a good knowledge on math. So even if you are not so good, I will I think engineering is the best course where you can grow your career. Engineer is the person who is the responsible for making the world better place, better in technology, as well as I would say, like I was preparing for medical exam entrance, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly your
even
department.
even if you will go there in the medical, so technology play a big role there over there, right? For
Yeah.
so uh, as you go anywhere in the world, engineers are there who is responsible for growing this world a better place.
So it's I think we are in last. So can you tell like final message what you like to share with a student who are watching you from Nepal and India, to anyone who dream to like build a successful career despite coming back from like humble family, middle class family.
So let's say, do you know Bhagavad Gita, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna had told like karma is everything. Even being a avatar of Lord Vishnu, when he came to the earth, he also performed his work, right? So no one is there who will be जैसे कहते हैं ना हिंदी में कि काम सबसे महत्व है, बिना काम का कुछ नहीं हो सकता। सो काम को अपना पूजा मानो। मैं नहीं कहता कि भगवान को पूजो मत, मगर इतना याद रखो कि अगर तुम कुछ नहीं करोगे ना, तो भगवान तुम्हें ऐसे ही कुछ नहीं दे देंगे। इसलिए तुम्हें कुछ खुद से करना पड़ेगा, सो दैट द गॉड विल ऑल्सो पुश यू, सो दैट यू कैन गेट योर ड्रीम थिंग्स व्हाट यू वांटेड और व्हाट यू वांट टू अचीव इन योर लाइफ। एंड दूसरा ये बात है कि मैं ये मानता हूँ कि कर्म करने से सभी चीज को तुम बदल सकते हो। लाइफ कितना भी अनयूजुअल हो, कर्म करना अपना मत कभी भी मत छोड़ना। हो सकता है कि कुछ टाइम लगे, डिले, यू आर गेटिंग द रिजल्ट डिले, बट बी डिसिप्लिन, कंसिस्टेंट, एंड फोकस ऑन वॉट एवर द थिंग्स दैट यू आर डूइंग, एंड एंजॉय इट। क्योंकि अगर इंजॉयमेंट नहीं होगा ना, अगर फोर्सफुली किसी भी चीज को करोगे, तो वो उससे तुम्हें मजा भी नहीं लगेगा, और हम हमेशा लाइफ में रिग्रेट करते रहोगे, लाइक कि काश मैंने ये कर लिया होता तो वो बेटर होता। सो डोंट एवर रिग्रेट इन योर लाइफ। I am also not regretting. I have a big dream of doing the medical entrance examination, but I didn't. But right now I am very happy with my job. I am getting a good salary. I have got too much too many friends over there. Every time when I am going to the other company or going there in the company, I meet some new friends. So I'm making friend and moving forward. So that's what I want to tell you in the last.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your sharing valuable word and about your journey experience. So I am sure these conversations will help the thousand or lakho of the students who are planning to their futures in the engineering and the IT industry. So I would like to like watching who have interviewed and helpful. So thank you, and don't forget to like, comment, and share with your friend. So thank you.
Thank you, and thank you everyone.